Stalking has a bit of a bad reputation, but actually we're going to talk about stalking customers. I'm here with Nicky Kriel, the author of Converting Conversations to Customers, and we're going to talk about how you can stalk your customers. Nicky, it seems like an intense word for what we're going to do. What do you mean by stalking customers?
I think we could say follow your customers or pay attention to your customers, but really stalking is far more fun. So, I think what happens is that quite often if you want to get into a business, you don't actually spend enough time online, and there's so much information about your customers online that you can really get to know them, and it's actually paying attention to what's available publicly that can give you an insight and give you a clue to how to get business. So I know, for example, somebody got a job because they noticed on Twitter that somebody's favorite pizza was pepperoni pizza, and so they sent their CV in a pepperoni pizza, so had pizza delivered to somebody's office.
That's quite
pepperoni
impressive.
Pizza, and there was a CV, and guess what? They got the job. It was for a sales job, so
I love it. A bit of food bribery.
I know. So
I think I'd react to a pizza being sent to my house.
Exactly. Now you don't want to be completely creepy, but in terms of stalking, but when salespeople used to go into people's offices, what they would do is they would scan the room for clues about people. So maybe it's a picture of a family, or maybe they've got a picture of their dog, or the golf clubs. And then you try to find a common interest or something that can talk to people, because when you go and meet people, you always want to find things that you've got in common with them, and you want to talk on a human level. Okay, so on social media there's a lot of information. So if you're interested in getting to a certain business, you can generally find out who's employees using LinkedIn. So you can find out maybe who the employees are for that company. You might also find them on Twitter. So they might have it in a profile, or maybe you use the LinkedIn contacts you've got to find out their Twitter profile. So you can start building a relationship just with LinkedIn and Twitter. But it's also worth having a look at Facebook, see what if their Facebook page is public. Sometimes people have it closed so you can't see, or if they interact in a certain group. So like, for example, if you wanted to get into a company, you would go onto the company page and see who's interacting on that page and how they're interacting, who's responding, and sometimes you can tell who works at the company and who doesn't. But Instagram is a great source of information about people, because some people just do logos and words, quotes and things like that, but a lot of people give you a real insight to what makes them tick. So it almost gives you the heart and soul of that person, so you can find out a lot of information. So with a company, if you're following a company, you can see who's attending the events, and they may have tagged certain people, or maybe people said, oh, that was a great event. So you can actually find out more about the company that way. So once you've found people, you want to really pay attention to them, and you use Twitter to do that. So you just can focus on people, pay attention, not be creepy in terms of every time they do anything, respond to it, because you notice when people do that. But you can pay attention at least once a week, respond to something that they put out, read blog content, add a comment, etc. And it will help you to actually get business that way. So stalking in a nice way.
Stalking in a nice way. So the basic message is find out who you want to talk to and do your research online. Check them out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and find something to create a connection with people. Excellent. Nicky, if our audience want to find out more about what you do, where do they go?
Well, they can find me almost everywhere under Nicky Kriel, which is NICKY KRIEL. So I'm on Twitter at Nicky Kriel. My website is nickykriel.com, but chat to me wherever you find me.
Yes, and Nicky has just launched a new book which is called Converting Conversations to Customers, and it's all about how you as a small business owner or a startup can find customers online and convert them into much needed sales. So there's some great advice and tips in there. And thank you, Nicky, for coming in and doing this series of videos with us today. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
If you've got any questions for Nicky, put them in the comments below or send her a message on Twitter. And that's not all. we have been lucky enough to be given a signed copy of Nicky Kriel's book to give away. All you have to do is click on the link and subscribe to our YouTube channel, or there's a couple of other ways you can enter as well, to be in with a chance to win the signed copy of Nicky Kriel's book.